pleasure to meet you on this day, on this platform. Let me kindly introduce myself. I am Bongiko Caesar, and welcome to Moments of Inspiration with Bonginkosi. So today I have a wonderful guest, David. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I am so great. Um, Please don't forget to follow the channel just here on uh, YouTube. As you can see, it has a lot of wonders. You will see more and more of the content that we are doing. But then our basic content is basically most on the word of God. So today we are talking about a simple topic, service. Service. It's always been a bother to a lot of people that what is serving? How do you save? Do you have to be a certain way to serve? As you can see, of course, there are quite a number and numerous, a lot of churches. Some wear stars, some have their own traditions, some have their own customs. But then I want to get to the point, what is service? Please, can you kindly share with your thoughts? What do you think service is? Just kindly welcome everyone to the channel and you can answer what is serving in.
Okay. According to my understanding, saving is a dedication. It's a choice. Why do I say so? Because there are many pastors who choose say, okay, I'm a servant of God, meaning that person is willing to serve God with dedication and like I don't know how can I explain it, but it's something that you dedicate yourself on doing it. It's a matter of choice. Like you choose to now I want to work for God with my own life. I sacrifice my time, I sacrifice everything, then dedicate my time on serving God. Like you do everything that you do is all about God. That's what I can say called serving, you know. Like at the restaurants, there are people who serving the customers. They dedicate themselves to serve the customers, to please the customer. It's not all about themselves. They just want to make sure that the customers are happy because they are servant on the restaurant. That's all.
Very well understood. I think it is this thing what you call taking out what you think or what you want and serving and then making another party feel special about it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like with the example that you're talking about with when it comes to waitress and waitressing. Yes, no problem. But then now, also again, there's this thing that we used to call as a tribe, is a tribe or tradition. You know, like most as black people, we are coming from very Africanism roots. Then now, white colonialism came with this thing we call Christianity. I'm thinking now is if I am doing my tradition, am I not serving? Let me just say I'm not really into Christianism, but then I'm concentrating on my tradition. Does it go with serving or tradition is something else? I think people are always constantly confused with when it comes to traditionalism. They will tell you it's demons, they will tell you it's bad things, they will tell you that and that. As does it differ? Doesn't it fall under serving also again?
Let me answer it in this way. This thing, that's why I'm saying it's a matter of choice. There are people, it's like a belief, what you believe in. So if you believe on ancestors or whatever, it means you're going to serve your ancestor because it works with your beliefs.
Oh,
If
yes,
you
yes.
believe in Christianity, you'll serve Christians, and it's all about belief and choice. It depends on which work for you actually. There are some they will say, yo, I have been fasting 10 years and whatever, but God didn't answer. Then they choose to go to ancestors. Then they serve ancestors. Then it works for them. There are some who say, "Yo, I have been pouring slave, buying Hennessy and whatever, but it didn't work for me. But when I could go and serve God, everything works well for me." So it depends. It's all about spiritual belief and choice. What works for you? Because they say there are two ways in life. You choose whether you go to left or right, but you always have options.
I definitely. You took me back when you said I've been buying. You know how much I've been buying things for African tribalism. You know, it will constantly pop up, man. But then that's not where we are. If it works for you, I think we should continue that way. And for others who are also in Christianity, they should continue also that way. You took it very far. Yeah, but then that is all what we're here for because of eventually at the end of the day, we are trying to learn, we are trying to grow, we are trying to also remove the confusion. That's why the biggest, that is the biggest reason why we started this podcast. It's moment of inspiration. And I hope you are getting inspired with my new guest. Though you can hear the voice is not really high up there in the level, but we are going somewhere by the goodness of the Lord to let it help us with a lot of mics and etc. etc. So I want to also come to this thing that you see some certain churches they have their own customs, they have their own things that they're doing. So does it really have to go with actually who I am? Does it really actually have to go with who I am actually? Because of now, I'm thinking, let's just say, we can see a lot of churches now, they have their own traditions and customs. Some other churches, they are wearing uniforms, some other churches, they are wearing that. But then the moment you enter to this certain type of a church that's wearing this certain type of uniform, there's a way they are, they are behaving, there's a way they're doing things. And also you go to versa versa another church, there's also a way how they're doing things, etc., continuous churches. So now I'm wondering, does it have to be me that's serving, or when I enter to the church, now I must, you know what? Everyone who is entering the church now they want to pray tongues like the pastor. Everyone is praying. You enter the church, everyone is saying shakara baba, like everyone is saying one thing. So it's quite confusing that can I go into the church and serve the way I want to serve, rather not go with their what you call culture.
Uh, this one, let me answer it this way. That's why we have a different churches now. We have Zion, we have Christianity, we have whatever. When it comes to choosing church, you have to go with the church that matches with your personality and
Yes.
your lifestyle, Because let's take Zion, they have their own uniform. They don't want you to wear any other things. And you will find that yourself, you want to wear swag or whatever. It
Maybe
means
it's not really
if you go,
comfortable for me.
yeah, if it means if you go to Zion, that's not your right place. So if you go to Christianity or whatever, because they wear whatever they want to wear, that means it's where you belong. So that one it will based on your choice only. When you choosing church, you must choose a church that match with your
With your
personality.
personality.
That won't limit you. That's what I can say.
Yeah, because of I'm trying to understand this thing. Like, what if in my home we grew up going to this certain type of a church where we wear this certain type of a uniform, but then as I grow, I'm feeling like no, this uniform is really uncomfortable for me. Maybe I wanna wear something slim, something that will tighten me up, that will, or etc. You know, we have preferences as people. So it doesn't necessarily have to be with where my parents took me to or where the tradition is coming to. You're saying it's a matter of choice.
Yeah.
We are learning a lot today. I am sure you are getting inspired. A caution is that when you want to serve, as our guest is saying today, it is a matter of choice. It's not really about where you're coming from, what my family used to do. If my family used to attend this certain type of a church, and now it doesn't mean I'm really forced to now grow up in that church. Because a lot of people are making even success in it. People are like, from my grandfather to that one, and then the church grew. From growing, I became a pastor. Well, it's all about if you are very much well comfortable. So now, in my closing, I would like to ask one of the last questions that I saw on Facebook in our page, where they spoke about one said, uh, "Does it really have to be with what you do as a person, or does it go with the kind of a job you're doing?" Hayi, bakithi nibosenda ama-voice note because of your typing thing. Again, the typing skills are not doing it. But then what I'm trying to understand from what this person was saying is that does it really have to go with what I do as a person in life? Maybe probably I'm a bartender. I'm working in a club as a bartender. Can I be a bartender and go and serve in also in the house of the Lord?
Oh, that's why I'm saying it's all about choice. There are many. You remember the churches? They have the different rules, different protocols, and terms and conditions, something like that. I can give an example with Swiss or Wish Town. If you're at Swiss, you're allowed to consult your ancestors, you're allowed to do whatever traditional. If you attend the Church of Swiss, that one that wear grey and white. If you are on a witness of God or whatever, if you have a party or wedding, you're allowed to drink alcohol, you're allowed to do everything, but for that day you have to be away from church. But there are some churches that restrict all those things completely, whether you are at church or you're not, they restrict it. So this brings us on, it's a matter of choice. Go to the church that matches with your personalities, that won't limit you, that you won't feel yourself like you are on a prison or whatever. That's why they say in life there are two ways. You have to choose which ways that works with your personalities. Yeah, so if you go to West or whatever, it's not a sin for you to go and work at a bar or whatever. But if you choose to be on a Christianity or whatever, they will say, "Oh, you're coming to our church, but you are working in the nightclubs or whatever, whatever you see." So there are churches that allows you to do what you want to do. You know? So choose the church that matches with your personalities. The only judge is only God. God,
of course, yes.
God is the only one who's going to judge in the judgment day, and you are going to be judged alone. That's why I say church or Christianity is not all about being forced. It's all about your choice, because when you are going to be judged, you are going to be alone.
Who answering?
You are going to answer. You are going to answer everything alone. Why did you choose to go to the tavern and do all those nightclub things? You are going to be alone. You're going to be alone when. Why did you choose Christianity? Everyone is going to be judged. So you go with your belief. Your heart won't mislead you, because in the end you are going to be alone in a judgment day.
I think that would be all. But then, in closer, before my viewers unsubscribe, we want to go to the word. If you can just quickly go to Matthew 6, verse 21. It says, "For where your treasure is where your heart will be also." In Matthew 6, verse 21, for encouragement, readers, viewers, just go right there. It eventually summarizes whatever that we are speaking about today. That where your treasure is, it is where the heart can go. But then remember, when you're going to a church, it is all about your comfortability, your own peace of mind, whatever what you do. Uh, Whatever what you do, it goes with whatever what you want to do, as long as you're comfortable of doing it. But then in the process, remember, do not badmouth other churches or do not judge them. It's not according, if it's not according to your likes, I mean, go to where your likes are. In closure, I would like to thank you very much for watching this channel. Thank you so much for visiting. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
David, for visiting the channel. And you also are a hero. Thank you so much for watching, keep on subscribing, keep on sharing so that this Moments of Inspiration channel will reach a lot of people and a lot of numbers. And stay blessed. Goodbye.
Bye. Good. No, when